Hi there, this is my demo for task 8.1. So first we've got the chat message file. So here at entity maps this class to a table called chat underscore messages, and then at primary key with auto generate gives each message a unique ID. And there are four fields as you can see: sender stores the user or bot, and then message holds the text, and username ties it to a specific user. And then finally we have timestamp, which records when it was sent. And then the constructor takes all fields, and then getters and setters are below. Then we have the Gemini helper jar file. So here at the top, we've got API URL, which points to the Gemini 2.5 flashing points. And then the constructor creates a OK HTTP client in the background executor. And then we've got send message, which takes the user's takes and a callback, and then it builds the JSON body that Gemini expects and appends the API key to the URL and sends a post request. And then if the response is successful, it parses the JSON to pull out the generated text and pass it to on success. And if it fails, on error gets called. And then we've got chat activity jar file. So here we've had the onCreate, which grabs the username from the intent and set up the Gemini helper and gets the DAO and configures the recycler view with stack from in, so messages start from the bottom right. And then we've got the load chart history, which queries the database on a background thread. And then if there is no history, it creates a welcome message from the bot. Otherwise, it loads the saved message. And then we've got send message, which creates a user chat message and adds it to the screen and save it to the database, and then sends the text to Gemini. And then when the bot responds on success, creates a bot chat message it and save it, and then adds it to the UI with turn on UI thread. And if it fails, toast shows an error, and then the send button grab the text and clears the input and calls send messages. Then we've got a message adapter jar file. So here are two view types, one for the user messages and then one for the bot messages. And then we've got get item view type, which checks the sender field and returns the right type. And then we have onCreate view holder, which inflates either item message user or item message bot. And then we've got onBind view holder, which sets the message tags and timestamp for user messages, and it also sets the avatar letter from the user's name. And then we've got format timestamp, which converts the long value into readable time. Okay, now let's create a new username. Okay, slide. As you can see, we've got greeting message from Gemini with the timestamp. Say say, who are you? Yeah, now let's close the app and reload the conversation. Yep, as you can see, the messages load automatically from the database. Now let me create a new account just to prove that the database or the history is separated by username. See, so Yep,